Imagine standing on the surface of Mars, gazing out over a landscape that looks barren and lifeless. But what if, millions or even billions of years ago, this very ground was teeming with life? What if Mars once had rivers, lakes, and maybe even oceans, supporting tiny organisms that thrived in its ancient waters? Now picture this: every trace of that life, every fossil, every chemical signature, has been wiped away by a mysterious force. What if something on Mars is actively erasing the evidence, making it nearly impossible for us to find proof that life ever existed there? This is the puzzle that has haunted scientists for decades, and it's the reason why, despite all our missions and all our technology, we still haven't found definitive signs of life on the red planet. But now, NASA may have just uncovered a major clue, a possible culprit that's been hiding in plain sight. In July 2025, NASA's Perseverance rover, which has been exploring the ancient river delta in Jezero crater, sent back some truly astonishing news. The rover's instruments detected something in the Martian soil that could explain why we keep coming up empty-handed in our search for life. This discovery has sent shockwaves through the scientific community and could change the way we search for life on Mars forever. The team found a chemical called perchlorate in the Martian soil. Perchlorate might sound like just another scientific term, but it's actually a game changer. This chemical is highly reactive, especially under certain conditions, and it's been found all over Mars. In fact, perchlorates are so widespread that they're considered a defining feature of the Martian surface. But here's the twist: perchlorate is basically the villain in this story, a chemical saboteur that could be destroying the very evidence we're searching for. Here's how it works. Mars is constantly bombarded by harsh ultraviolet UV light from the sun. Unlike Earth, Mars doesn't have a thick atmosphere or a protective ozone layer to shield its surface from this intense radiation. When UV light hits the Martian soil, it reacts with the perchlorates, creating a highly toxic environment. This reaction is so powerful that it breaks down organic molecules, the building blocks of life, almost instantly. Imagine trying to find a fossil on Earth, but every time you get close, a chemical reaction erases it before you can even see it. That's what's happening on Mars, and it's a huge problem for astrobiologists. It's almost as if Mars has its own superpowered delete button, constantly scrubbing away any trace of past life. Every time the sun rises over the Martian horizon, its UV rays activate the perchlorates, which then go to work destroying organic material. Over millions of years, this relentless process could have wiped the Martian surface clean, leaving behind a world that looks empty and lifeless, even if it wasn't always that way. So, what does this mean for the search for alien life? If Mars was once home to microbes or other simple organisms, their remains might have been destroyed by this chemical reaction long ago. The perchlorates, combined with the harsh UV radiation, create a double whammy that makes it incredibly difficult for organic molecules to survive on the surface. This doesn't mean life never existed on Mars, it just means that finding evidence of that life is much harder than we thought. Let's rewind the clock a few billion years. Back then, Mars was a very different place. The planet was wetter and warmer, with a thicker atmosphere and flowing water on its surface. Scientists believe that ancient Mars could have been a paradise for microbes, with lakes, rivers, and maybe even shallow seas. These environments would have been perfect for life to take hold and evolve. In fact, some researchers think that Mars might have been more habitable than early Earth at certain points in its history. But as Mars lost its atmosphere and its climate changed, the planet became colder and drier. The water disappeared, and the surface was exposed to more and more radiation. If perchlorates have been present for billions of years, they could have been erasing evidence of life ever since. Every dust storm, every gust of wind, every ray of sunlight could be helping to scrub the surface clean. It's no wonder we haven't found anything yet. Mars is actively hiding its secrets from us. Mars isn't just empty, it's extreme. The red planet is one of the harshest environments in the solar system. Its surface is battered by dust storms that can last for months, temperatures that plunge far below freezing at night, and winds that whip across the landscape at incredible speeds. The soil is toxic, the air is thin, and the radiation levels are off the charts. It's a world that seems almost designed to keep life at bay, or at least to keep its secrets well hidden. Think about it. On Mars, the nights are so cold that even the toughest Earth microbes would struggle to survive. The soil is laced with chemicals that are poisonous to most forms of life, and the constant bombardment of cosmic radiation would fry the DNA of any organism exposed on the surface. It's like a perfect storm of conditions that make it almost impossible for life to survive, or for us to find any evidence that it ever did. Life on Mars faces an uphill battle, and so do the scientists searching for it. Every new discovery brings more questions than answers. Are we looking in the right places? Are we using the right tools? Or is Mars simply too good at hiding its past? The search for life on Mars is one of the greatest scientific challenges of our time, and it's far from over. But don't give up hope. Every mission to Mars brings us closer to solving the mystery. The Perseverance rover is still hard at work, drilling into rocks, analyzing soil, and searching for signs of ancient life. Scientists around the world are poring over the data, looking for clues that might have been missed. And with every new discovery, we learn a little bit more about our neighboring planet and its potential to harbor life. The next big step is coming soon. NASA and the European Space Agency are teaming up for an ambitious mission to bring samples of Martian soil and rock back to Earth in the 2030s. This will be the first time that material from another planet is returned to our laboratories, where we can study it with the most advanced technology available. Scientists hope that by analyzing these samples in detail, they'll finally be able to answer the question, did life ever exist on Mars? And if so, what happened to it? And that's not all. Private companies like SpaceX are working on plans to send humans to Mars in the coming decades. Imagine what we could discover with boots on the ground, exploring caves, drilling deep beneath the surface, and searching for hidden pockets of water or life. The search for Martian life is just getting started, and the next chapter could be the most exciting one yet. So is Mars hiding its secrets, or have we just been looking in the wrong place? Some scientists believe that the best chance of finding evidence of life is not on the surface, but deep underground, where perchlorates and radiation can't reach. Others think we need to explore ancient lake beds, caves, or even the polar ice caps. The truth is, we're only just beginning to scratch the surface of what Mars has to offer. What do you think? Is Mars a barren wasteland, or is it hiding the greatest secret in the solar system? Drop your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more space mysteries. The search for life on Mars is far from over, and with every new mission we get one step closer to answering the ultimate question. Are we alone in the universe?